Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Kevin. Well, for those of you who have been watching us a while, you know that we raise Nigerian dwarf goats on our homestead. We now have 5 does and we have 1 buck. But in a couple weeks we're going to be getting a second buck so that we can increase our genetic pool when we do our breeding. So our current buck, Rocky, who we have out on pasture, he's trained on electric netting. So we can keep him out on pasture with electric netting and he doesn't usually escape. If he gets overly motivated every once in a while, he'll just kind of, make a run for it and jump over the fence. But that's pretty rare. And when he does, he usually doesn't make it any further than the pen where we have our does, and so he doesn't really go very far. But the new buck that we're getting has never been around electric netting at all. And I don't think he's older. He's 2 or 3 years old, and we're not going to be able to just bring him and put him in there and expect him to stay in. So I'm building a permanent pen for them here behind me. You can see that I have it roped off already. It's going to be a 35-foot by 35-foot pen, and it'll be just for our 2 bucks. It's kind of back where we raise our pigs, far away from the house, so that the smell of 2 bucks doesn't drift all the way up to where we spend most of our time. So today I'm just going to get started by putting in the T-posts, putting in the gate, and just starting to get things ready. I think this is going to be a great area for them. It's got some nice trees back here to give them some shade in the summer. We'll be building a shelter or bringing one of their shelters back here for them, and I think this will just be a great place for it. So I'm going to get to work. So for this, we're going to be putting our T-posts every 5 feet. That's a pretty good distance for goats because they really like to push up against the fence. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my tape measure. I'm going to go around and I'm going to spray paint every 5 feet so I know where my T-posts are going to go. It'll just make it easier once I start putting them in. Alright, I've got everything marked for the posts. I'm going to go ahead and now take the string up so it's out of my way as I'm working. Now I forgot to mention that on this project, I'm going to do this without putting in wooden corner posts. I'm going to do this all with T-posts. The only place there's going to be a wooden post is to hang the gate on. Now the reason that I'm doing that is because this part of our property is so rocky, it's almost impossible to dig big enough holes to put in that many corner posts. So I'm going to do this all with T-posts. And I think it'll be plenty strong to keep in our goats. We've done this before and it's worked out just fine. So the only hole I'm going to have to dig by hand is the hole for the post where the gate will go, and that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to put a cedar post, a cedar tree that I cut down a while back is what I'm going to use for the post to hang the gate on. Alright, so I've got my cedar log here, and I'm hoping to be able to get it into the ground 2 feet, but again, this area is so rocky, we'll just see. If I can get it 2 feet, I don't think I'll have to cement it. I can just, tap it in real good with dirt. But if I can't get 2 feet or not even close to 2 feet, then I may have to cement it. So we'll see. Won't know till we start digging. Well, I was able to get down about 19 inches before I hit anything too solid, so for the Ozarks, that's pretty awesome. So, got my breaker bar, time to pull out the big guns and see if I can get down those last few inches. Well, I was able to get down about 22 inches, so not too bad. I'm going to put the post in. I don't think I'll need to cement it. When you're putting posts in, if you're not going to cement them, the key is just to put, an inch or 2 of dirt at a time. Use a stick or something to tamp it down really well and fill that hole up just an inch or 2 at a time and really pack it in there good. The other key is to start with a hole that is not, you know, a ton bigger than the post that you're putting in, because this native ground is a lot more packed than anything you're going to put back in that hole. So this is about perfect. I'm going to be able to pack some good dirt all the way around there really well, and this should be a nice solid post. Alright, that is a nice solid post, plenty strong for the gate that we need to put up here. I'm going to go grab some tools so we can put the gate on here, and then we can start putting in the T-posts. Alright, got the gate all up. It's a gate to nowhere right now, but I'm hoping to get a lot of these T-posts, maybe even all of them, in yet tonight. Got a couple hours of daylight left, and we have 28 T-posts to put in. We've had some rain a couple days ago, so hopefully the ground is softened up enough that they'll go in pretty easy. Now I did make the gate so that it only opens in and then hits this T-post, so if the goats push on it, they're pushing against the T-post, and then the chain will just wrap around the T-post and should keep it locked. So I think that'll be plenty good for the goats. We will end up putting some of the fencing on the gate as well, so that they can't just walk through it. But I think this should be a good gate. We're going to get started putting in all the T-posts. Alright, I got all the T-posts in on day number 1, which is what I wanted. Got the gate hung, 32 T-posts put in every 5 feet all the way around. Again, it's 35 by 35 feet. Should be a great pen for our bucks. Tomorrow we'll start putting up the fence. I need Sarah's help for that. That's kind of a 2-person job, but we'll start putting up the actual fencing tomorrow. Hopefully we can get it all done. Although I know the kids have parent-teacher conferences tomorrow, so we need to go see how they're doing. Spoiler alert, they're both great students. But hopefully we can get this done in the morning before we need to leave and call this project done, so I can get back out to the woods to do more deer hunting. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, well, it's not the next morning like I said it would be, because it rained all day yesterday. So it's 2 days later, but here we are, and we're going to put up the fence today. Hoping to finish up this project maybe today, maybe not till tomorrow though, because at 2 o'clock I want to go hunting. So we're going to see how much we can get done before that, and then we'll get the goats moved in here. Alright, so I've got the fence puller attached to the fence. I thought I'd show you guys real quick what I'm doing here. So basically I took a cedar pole, I put some hooks in it that can hook to the fence. Then I have my come along around the pole and attached over here to the bucket of the tractor, so that I can just ratchet it, and that will pull the fence tight along the whole line here, and then we can just attach it to all of the T-posts. So looks like it should work just fine. Cost me about, I don't know, $2 for the hooks. So let's get started. Okay, so we'll just attach the fence to the T-post with T-post clips. If you guys aren't familiar with these, I'll show you real quick how they go on. So this end here just wraps or just hooks on the fence. Then the whole clip goes around the T-post. And you take a screwdriver, or they do sell special tools for this, but screwdriver works fine. put it through there. Wrap it around the fence, and now your fence is attached to the T-post. So we'll do 3 of these on every post all the way down the row. Alright, well, we didn't quite get finished yesterday, so we have to come back for a 3rd day of working on this project, but really it's been like 3 half days, so it's not really a bad project. The only thing we have left to do today is to add some fencing over the gate so that they can't just walk right through the gate, and then it'll be time to move the goats over.
That'll be fun. We actually did already move Rocky's house over here. We were just busy working and we got it over here and we thought, oh man, we forgot to show you guys when we pulled it in, but we just drag it with the ATV, yeah. And it wouldn't fit through the gate, so we had to put it in before we could put the final piece of fence on. So that's it. We're going to get busy putting the fence on the gate, and then we'll be bringing the goats over to see how they like it. The new pen is all set up and ready for goats, so I'm going to grab Rocky, who is our primary buck right now, and Rory, who is in there breeding with him, and we're going to bring them over to the new pen and see what they think.
Well, the goats are in and they seem to be having a really good time. This will be a nice area for them. There's a nice big oak tree to give them some shade in the summer. And there's lots of wild blackberry that grows in this area, which the goats absolutely love. All in all, it was a pretty easy project. I probably could have done it in 1 full day if I would have just, had a full day to be out here working on it. But, ended up being a couple days, not a big deal. And now we have a nice permanent place. When we get that new buck at the beginning of November, we'll have a nice secure place to bring him to.
You guys, we appreciate that you guys come back and watch us 5 days a week with all of our new videos. If you're not a subscriber yet, right now is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button below. If you know somebody who you think would enjoy our channel or enjoy this video, please go ahead and share this with them. And until next time, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.